Commissioner Liu, Mr. Li, Mr. Mao, distinguished speakers, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It really gives me great pleasure to speak to you all at the Bauhinia Culture International Forum. As the 25th anniversary of the establishment of a Hong Kong Special Administrative Region draws near, this is an opportune occasion to celebrate the remarkable achievements of the one country, two systems principle over the past quarter century. It is also a good time to envision Hong Kong's promising future, leveraging this unique arrangement, particularly with what our city has gone through in the past several years. I would therefore wish to first of all thank the Bauhinia Culture Group for organizing this very meaningful event. Looking back to the 1st of July, 1997, Hong Kong's return to the motherland, together with the establishment of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, was a monumental achievement. Everyone was anxious to see how this pioneering and unprecedented concept of one country, two systems was to unfold, and whether Hong Kong would continue to shine as an international city. In terms of maintaining stability and prosperity and executing a high degree of autonomy, the practice of one country, two systems in Hong Kong is indisputably a success story. Thanks to the strong support of the motherland and Hong Kong people's resilience and innovative spirit, Hong Kong has emerged as Asia's world city. Hong Kong remains one of the world's freest and most competitive economies, the world's number 3 global financial center, the world's number 3 destination for foreign direct investment, and is the world's largest offshore renminbi hub, busiest air cargo hub, the 7th largest stock market, the 4th largest international maritime center, and the 6th largest merchandise trade center. Over 9,000 overseas and mainland companies have set up their business operations in Hong Kong. One country, two systems, as a strong governance system, has stood the test of time and overcome multiple challenges. But that is not all smooth sailing. As President Xi Jinping reminded us in his keynote address made in Hong Kong 5 years ago, one country, two systems is a pioneering initiative that has no precedent to follow. Its application entails an evolving process, and we will encounter new developments and new issues as we move along. In the early days, we weathered the 1997 Asian financial crisis, the 2003 SARS outbreak, the 2008 global financial tsunami, the 2012 protests against national education, the 2014 Occupy movement, and the anti-China and destabilizing activities in the Legislative Council following the 2016 elections, leading right up to the violence and riots in 2019, undermining national security. I and my government were facing some unprecedented challenges which could derail one country, two systems and paralyze the government. It was only with the timely intervention by the central government that a number of concrete actions were taken at the constitutional level to save the day. Within a year, the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress exercised its power conferred by the Constitution of the People's Republic of China and enacted the National Security Law. The new law effectively plugs the loopholes in Hong Kong's security regime and gives us the essential systems to uphold national security. This was followed by the National People's Congress decision to improve the electoral system of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, which provides a robust systemic safeguard for patriots administering Hong Kong. I'm pleased to oversee the smooth conclusion of the 3 major elections held successively under the improved electoral system. These 2 key measures have laid a solid foundation for the continuous and faithful implementation of one country, 2 systems. After some 25 years, Hong Kong is finally back to the right track and would now advance forward. Looking back to what this term of government has achieved, I would like to say that Hong Kong is entering a new era of stability, prosperity, and opportunity, echoing the slogan of our 25th anniversary celebrations. As I am about to pass the baton to my successor, let us take comfort that the future Hong Kong is politically more stable due to the true significant central government initiatives I just mentioned. And I'm sure some of the distinguished speakers will have more to say on this aspect. The future Hong Kong is economically more solid, with the central government's support in the 14th Five-Year Plan to develop not only an international financial, transportation, and trade center, but also meeting Hong Kong's aspirations to become an international innovation and technology center, an international aviation hub, and an East meets West cultural hub. The future of Hong Kong is culturally more diverse, with the West Kowloon Cultural District featuring 2 world-class museums, namely the M+ and the Hong Kong Palace Museum, a flourishing art scene, and being the world's #2 art trading hub. I'm sure my good friend Adrian Zhang will have more to say on Hong Kong's cultural prospects. The future Hong Kong is technologically more advanced as a result of my government's investment of some 150 billion Hong Kong dollars in the past 5 years on research and development, infrastructure, nurturing of talents, support of startups. I look forward to President Zhang Xiang of the Hong Kong University to tell you more about Hong Kong's future in research and development. And finally, the future Hong Kong is environmentally more sustainable with our commitment to Hong Kong attaining carbon neutrality by the year 2050. Unfortunately, I went through the guest list of speakers and do not realize an environmentalist in the group. So let me give you 2 figures. 1, Hong Kong is really emerging as a very strong green finance hub. In the year 2021, a total of $56.6 billion of green and sustainable loans and debt were issued in this city, accounting for 1/3 of the total of Asia. Secondly, as we are moving towards carbon neutrality, you may wish to know that 1 out of 2 new private vehicles registered in Hong Kong in the first quarter of this year was a green vehicle. It was an EV. So much to say about the progress on the environment. Now, all the above wonderful things will happen as long as Hong Kong continues to faithfully implement one country, 2 systems, leverage her unique strengths, maintain an international outlook, while at the same time connecting ever more closely and deeply with our motherland, particularly with the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Greater Bay Area, which is a dynamic economic powerhouse with a market of more than 60 million people and a combined GDP equivalent to the 9th largest economy in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, after 25 years of implementation, the Basic Law and the One Country, Two Systems principle have proven to be the cornerstone of the fundamental safeguards for Hong Kong's prosperity and long-term stability. President Xi Jinping once remarked, and I quote, 一国是根，根深才能叶茂， 一国是本，本固才能枝荣. That means one country is like the roots of a tree. The roots must run deep and strong for a tree to grow tall and luxuriant. I agree wholeheartedly. I would also add, if I may, that two systems gives Hong Kong the chance to flourish on its own unique way, so that we may contribute more fully to the vibrant and lush growth of our country. As we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the implementation of one country, two systems in Hong Kong, we should be mindful of the past challenges we faced and stay true to the original aspiration of this principle. Let us not forget that in all these times, the central government has provided the strongest support for the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. This is a critical moment for Hong Kong to embrace a new era of stability, prosperity, and opportunity. I am confident that with the continued support from the central government and the concerted efforts of our community, Hong Kong will continue to overcome challenges and scale new heights and make contributions to our country, realizing the second centenary goal and the Chinese dream of national rejuvenation. I wish you all many fruitful exchanges and today's forum a great success. Thank you very much.